All right, Shalom. Call hello, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim V'cha Kodash. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect, to the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all, Barakatham. All right, it's about to get hot and heavy in West Asia. It's about to get hot in West Asia, man. All right, real freaking hot. So, I got a couple videos. I got a bunch of videos to share with you today, to get this lesson through. If you miss a day, you miss a lot, as Elder Apostle Tahar says all the time. You know what I'm saying? And this thing is boiling out of proportion, as the prophet said that it would. And at the end of the day, it's these Amalekites who are leading Babylon the Great into this trap. So this is Jeremiah. All right, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 20. It reads, "Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes, that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman." So the Lord is purposed against you, Edomites, man. All right, so you're stuck in this. You're stuck in this whole quagmire, man. You're stuck between, a rock and a hard place. You see what I'm saying? And his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, and the least of the flock is what? Is Amalek. All right, is these Amalekites, the head tribe of the nation of Edom, but at the same time, they're the least of the nation of Edom. Okay, they're the least of the nation of Edom because, all right, Amalek was born of a concubine. You know what I'm saying? And yet Amalek is the one that got all the blessing. You see? Amalek is the one that hoards the blessing. And as the scriptures say, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he do good? This is why these Edomites, all right, are pointing the fingers at each other. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're Edom. No, you're Edom. You know what I'm saying? You're Esau. No, you're Esau. You see what I'm saying? And it's funny to watch this house divided the way that it is. And I'm going to share that I'm gonna share that video actually, because this dude Trump is not happy. You know what I'm saying? Nero is not happy with the predicament that he has been placed in. You know what I'm saying? But you can't go nowhere, man. You're stuck in this thing. You ain't going nowhere. Ain't no way out. So let's listen to this. I got a couple of videos from Dabu 7 and a couple more videos. One from Jimmy Dore show. All right. So before I get started with it, I want to declare fair use. All right. This is for no monetary purposes, no monetary reasons. I'm not making any money from this. All right. It's strictly for educational purposes only. All right. Fair use.
It looks like Trump's plan for Iran is deteriorating very quickly. It looks like Israel doesn't have any kind of backup plan except to drop bombs. And right now, America is caught in a catch-22. We have analysts warning that the oil price is about to double in the coming months, and that this whole war that Trump is waging on Iran, it's opening up a new front, and it's going to be one on the Strait of Tears. If you don't know, the other waterway on the other side of Yemen and Oman here is very critical as well. The Bab el-Mandeb Strait, also known as the Strait of Tears. This is an area that sees itself have 10% of the global oil pass through this area, plus all types of other goods, and it cuts a 2-week travel time off of any other route. This is a critical spot. And right now, Iran is saying, ceasefire's done. Like, you guys you did it in. You broke it again. You lied again, is what they're saying. They're saying that the attacks on Lebanon violate the ceasefire as well. They can't be hitting any of their allies, which is Yemen as well. So Iran is saying they're going to activate their Houthis now, all the rebels around Yemen, and that would make this whole spot that you see circled on the right here an obvious target. It's only 32 kilometers wide, and with Hormuz shut down and full of mines, it's going to take a while. They say it looks like at this rate, the analysts are saying, by August, oil will be $180 per barrel. Trump says, I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to work itself out. I think the price will drop here very soon. He's been saying this for weeks. And like a carrot on a stick, he's been telling everyone that we'll have a deal here very soon, very soon.
This has been the same back and forth for the past 2 months. All right. This, you know what I'm saying? This is just it's just an absolute mess. All right, an absolute mess. And I just I just heard that he's not even concerned about the midterms. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about it. I'm not concerned about all that. Of course he's not concerned, because he's not here to have this thing, this whole, all right, this whole circus that you call elections. That's over with, man. That is over with. You see what I'm saying? It's finished. They're going to bring this thing, all right, and Trump has been put in place to get this show on the road, man. Okay?
All the while, it's getting drug out and prices are inching higher and higher and higher. There's no other way around it. They're warning now that if this does not get fixed here very soon, that once again, oil will hit $180 a barrel by August, and this will send the entire globe into a recession. I'm going to tell you, that's what it was meant to do. That this is all part of a reset, and things are going to thin out before it gets any better, I feel. People can either have a plan or find out the hard way. But this is the latest. Join me for the live streams going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
All right. Like I said, I got another video from him, so bear with me. All right, and this is the video that that Dabu made a day ago. I'm gonna cut this one short because he, of course, the guy goes off when it comes to this whole thing about the aliens and Anunnaki and all that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Ancient technology and all that stuff. All right, that's not important. Okay, we remain strictly focused on prophecy. So I'm gonna let this play out until the point where I need to cut it. Okay, we'll get what we need.
We have some major moves here on the war front between the U.S. and Israel and Iran, with Iran halting all messages with the U.S. now, and they're saying that once again, Donald Trump and his administration is lying. That's all they know how to do, and by now, the American people should see that as well. They say every other day, a deal's about to be worked out by tomorrow morning, and the people just take it hook, line, and sinker. The markets react, and then a day or two later, this happens. No deal, it all falls apart. Iran says they're lying, and oil jumps again. What this is doing is dragging this whole thing out to where it's going to have devastating consequences. And most people not realizing it because Trump is making sure they're padding the pumps here at the gas station, making sure that it doesn't go any higher than the range that it's at right now. He can control that. He is controlling that. It's all manipulated. And he's going on Truth Social saying everybody just sit back and relax.
And that's absolutely true, man, because when you look at this at the price of oil, you know what I'm saying, at the pumps, you know, there's clear market manipulation for it to have dropped the way that it did. All right. But, you know, as I mentioned before, you know what I'm saying, there's only but so much that they can manipulate this thing. There's only but so much that they can hide the numbers. All right, before this thing truly catches up. And now that they've cut off both the Strait of Hormuz and El Mendeb, all right, this thing's about to escalate quick, man. You know, and they're done talking. They're done talking, man. All right, because there's nothing else to talk about. You know, ain't nothing else to talk about. Because you done talked about a ceasefire. Let's have a ceasefire deal. When you go for a ceasefire deal, we attack this. You go for a ceasefire deal, they attack that. You know what I'm saying? And they can't hold true to their words. You know what I'm saying? They can get anybody to come in and mediate the negotiation talks. You know what I'm saying? Pakistan, whoever. All right, and nothing changes. You see? Bring these jokers to the negotiation tables. They attack their bases. They attack their facilities. They attack their scientists. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Literally, just during his first term, when the General Qasem Soleimani, when he was over in Iraq, he was over there for a peace deal and peace negotiations. That was when they assassinated him. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, everybody's telling the truth about this devil, man. You don't tell the truth, man. All right, you're not truthful. You lie all the time. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 7. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? You see? Because all of this is just absolute foolishness. Continuing on.
It'll all work itself out in the end. That's what he's saying. Well, people control that. He is controlling that. It's all manipulated. And he's going on Truth Social saying everybody just sit back and relax. It'll all work itself out in the end. That's what he's saying. Well, people out here are struggling to get by. Really ticked off. A ton of people, left and right, just exploding at this. It's only going to get worse, I'm telling you. We're at a point already where if they took the time to clean up all the mines and they struck a deal today, it would take months to get back to regular order. Months. That's if it happened today. We're nowhere near that. So you just remember that before anything goes back to a normal type of situation, months of clearing mines has to go down and all that, even once they get a deal done. So they have fired missiles now into Kuwait. The U.S. has shot them down, and they're saying ceasefire's breached. It's done. I mean, it's kind of pathetic to sit there and say you're under a ceasefire when you're still shooting at each other. Israel, on the other hand, does whatever it wants, and it's moving into Lebanon and moving deeper into Lebanon. If it can't be dropping bombs over in one area, it's definitely going to turn and do it in another.
All right. So that's pretty much all we need from that. All right. So with that, let's go to Jimmy Dore's. Jimmy Dore's. As a matter of fact, no. Let me refer to this. You know, let's go to Jimmy Dore first. All right, bear with me, Hakim. Salakia. All right, so this is the Jimmy Dore show. Okay, and this is the brother here on the screen. He's filling in for Jimmy Dore, and he has Larry Johnson on the show, and they're going into something extremely important. All right, they're claiming that Iran already has a weapon. All right, so let's listen in, man. Okay, it says Israel. All right, Israel is pressing the U.S. Israel is pressing the U.S. to restart heavy airstrikes on Iran that would involve the targeted unaliving of the Iranian parliament speaker. One of Tehran's lead negotiators in attacks on the country's oil infrastructure, capital, and empire reported on Thursday. The report, which cited U.S. sources familiar with the classified report circulating within the U.S. intelligence community, said that the Amalekites are aggressively pushing for the U.S. to abandon talks with Iran and insisting that that destroying oil infrastructure in the country could bring about regime change, while also downplaying the impact the renewed full-scale war will have on the global economy. All right. So all of this is clearly of the influence of these small hats. Okay. And the whole world sees that now. All right. But let's listen to what Larry Johnson has to say here.
Downplaying the impact renewed full-scale war will have on the global economy. I put it like this, Larry. They've been right so much in the past that when they say, look, all we got to do, knock out the oil infrastructure, and they'll throw in their hand and just say, I give. You got to, these people really know what they're talking about, Larry.
Well, they got one thing right. They don't have to worry about the U.S. abandoning talks with Iran because Iran walked away today, said, nope, we're not talking to you anymore. So Iran abandoned talks with the United States.
Wow.
And they made it quite clear why. Three principal reasons. One, the blockade which Trump imposed after the ceasefire negotiations. Two, the attacks in Lebanon on Beirut, the threatened attacks. And three, the attacks in Gaza. So Iran said, no, we're walking away. Now, let me tell you why this is important. Pepe Escobar and I were both presented with information Friday from a source that's a high-level intelligence. Not they're smart, but I'm talking about an intelligence organization. And we'll leave it to West Asia without specifying the country. And this person told us three things. Well, it told us a number of things, but there are three things in this report. Now, remember, this was on Friday. Said one, Iran is going to walk away from the talks for the reasons that I just listed. Two, Iran is going to bail out on the nuclear non-proliferation treaty. They're going to walk away from that.
Okay. All right. Now, mind you, that this report was given to himself and Pepe Escobar Friday. Here it is. All right, today is Tuesday. Okay, so they knew this beforehand. All right, the Khameneians were already planning on walking away from the negotiation tables because they was already in the position to Salakia. The Amalekites were already positioning to violate this deal, the same as they've done several times in the past. All right. Now the third part.
Three, and this is one that we waited, so we got to confirm that it was, in fact, said by this person who is, again, I'll call him a high-level intelligence official, that Iran is going to do will do a debt if they continue to receive threats and attacks. They will do a demonstration. Will detonate a nuclear weapon, not attack somebody with a nuke, but they will detonate a nuclear weapon on Iranian soil to show the world we have a nuke. So that was like, wow. Yeah. We're at the wow stage. We know the country that provided the information for them to do this. Was entertaining the possibility that one entire device was, or the devices were provided by another country, but instead it was the assistance in how to build it was provided by another country.
Okay. So the country that has provided them with this weapon, all right, they're not at liberty to speak about it. However, if Larry Johnson and Pepe Escobar have received this intelligence from a source in high-level intelligence over in West Asia, okay? If they know this, then that means that America knows this. And if America knows this, that means that these Amalekites know this. Okay? So let's go here. All right, I wanted to share this other video. All right, I shared it before, and it was all, to take it as a grain of salt. Excuse me. It was all to be taken as a grain of salt, but but it seems that this is being confirmed now. All right. So check this out. All right. So for those who watched my videos prior, okay, you remember this guy. So let's listen to this video again. All right. Now that we have a second source, all right, or a second witness, okay, one that is far more believable, has just spoken on the Jimmy Dore show, saying that this is the case. Now let's listen to this.
So it's official. Iran has nuclear weapons. Yes, the CIA just found them on satellite images. Why do you think Trump stopped the bombing of Iran? Not because they begged them not to, not because of the Saudis or the Emiratis. By the way, do you like my hat? Anyway, no, because they found on satellite images at least 5 nuclear missiles ready to go, loaded. All right, and they found them, and guess who supplied them? Not they weren't in the bunkers. I mean, all the bunkers, all the wow, we bombed their bunkers that obliterated. How many times you heard that term? It's not because of that. It's not because of what they have stored, like 500 kilograms or whatever of munition. No, it was a gift from you know who. Who do you think? Pakistan next door? Nope. China? Nope. Russia? Nope. Guess who? The North Koreans by submarines, loaded and supplied them, and they're ready to go. And this is why we did not bomb them. All right? So it's it. This is it. Game over. Okay, now they're equals. There's not going to be any more bombing, guys. I think this is good on the long term. Seriously. Because whoever has nuclear... Wow, look at that plane. I don't know if you can see it. How cool is that? Anyway, the war is over. Enjoy. Celebrate.
Right. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. All right. Prophecy says otherwise. So this is going to definitely change things. Okay. And this is why we're seeing these talks of the Samson option. This is why we're seeing this one small hat agent, all right, who's talking about we need to drop the big one on Iran. You know what I'm saying? This is why we're seeing this happening now. All right. So this thing is going to is going to get big. It's going to get massive. Okay. West Asia is about to get real hot real soon. You know what I'm saying? With that, let me show you this video. Okay? Check this out.
Breaking news, Israel is about to go to war with Russia. I'm serious. In fact, Russia just evacuated a massive nuclear power plant because of it. Well, today, Russia announced that they're evacuating over 160 Russian citizens from the Bushehr nuclear power plant. If you don't know what that is a Russian-built and Russian-operated nuclear power plant in Iran. It was built in 2008 by Russia, and it's Iran's only working nuclear power plant. The controversial part, though, is that this was believed to be the only safe place in Iran. Israel had promised that they would never attack it. Russia believed that. They told the workers they're safe there, until today. And that's that today, Russia has received new intelligence suggesting that the Americans and the Israelis are preparing to bomb this nuclear power plant. This is not an Iranian military target, and if they bomb it, it could result in a war with Russia. But still, the US and Israel don't care. And so Russia, even though they thought it was safe, has now realized that they were wrong, and they're evacuating their citizens from it so that Russian civilians don't die. This could literally result in Russia joining the war, and could be what drags the US into a war with Russia. And that would be World War III. Not to mention, it could literally be started by Israel. And Russia has announced they've got intelligence that the US and Israel are planning to do that. This is something I personally never thought would happen. I thought this nuclear power plant, as Russia said, was safe. I didn't think Israel and the US had the balls to blow up a Russian power plant. But it seems they do, and it seems it's coming. And so, if it does happen, leave me a follow, because...
Right. Right. So, you know, this is going to start it. All right. This is going to get it popping off, man. All right. The Lord is moving fast. The Lord is moving fast, man. Okay. We're going to have the fuel shortages, man. We're going to have the chaos out here. We're going to have the terror at home. We're going to have, you know, the draft is going to be faster than December, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be all over the place, man. All over the place. You see what I'm saying? Polycrisis. You see what I'm saying? And this is not gonna this is not gonna bode well, man. And Trump is he's not happy. You know what I'm saying? But he knows what the deal is. Can't go nowhere. All right, you stuck. You stuck, partner.
The president even called Netanyahu today, asking him to stand down in Lebanon. Trump kind of lit him up. According to Axios, he told him, quote, "What the F are you doing? You're effing crazy. You'd be in prison if it weren't for me. I'm saving your ass. Everybody hates you now. Everybody hates Israel because of this." 47's trying to nail down this peace deal, and Netanyahu's trying to lock in as many gains as he can before the deal's done.
Again, Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he had taken against Edom, and his purposes that he had purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. You see what I'm saying? All right. So this was the world ahead. And don't forget, this is on the menu. Nuclear fire was on the menu. Okay? So let me go here. All right. Okay. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 13. All right, because very soon Russia is going to have to come into the fray, man. They're going to have to. Okay? And as that one Israeli spy was saying, is that Turkey is going to come into the mix as well. And once Turkey comes in, all right, it's not going to be easy like it was with the Iranians. Okay, it's not going to be easy as it was with the Persians, man. All right, because the Turks, man, those are Edomites too. You see what I'm saying? Those are Edomites too. Don't let the appearance fool you. Right? This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 4. It says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains. All right. Mountains. All right. Mountains goes into governments. Okay. Noise of mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. All right. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. So let me go to Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 28. It reads, behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come, and join battle with them. So you're going to see these Carmanians joining battle with the Turks, joining battle with Egypt, which is what that Israeli spy had also said. Okay, he also said Egypt as well. Okay, and so that's gonna add the Ishmaelites. Okay, the Arabs. It says, and they shall join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Syrians. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. And we saw it, man. We saw it through this entire display. Throughout the past 3 months, we have seen America and Israel get their asses handed to them. All right? They have won this battle asymmetrically, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a crushing blow on America's ego, man. So much so that they have to lie about this whole thing, all right, every step of the way. You know what I'm saying? Every step of the way. It says, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. And if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. All right. So it's about to get crazy real soon, man. Keep your eyes peeled on the Levant region, as Elder Apostle Har says. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna cut that there. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.